In 2020, I did make it to that coveted 10K a month as a freelancer. So let's talk about the 9 lessons that got me from 5K to 10K a month that I want to impart onto you as you scale into the advanced stages of freelancing. Hey, it's Daya, freelancer, digital business manager, most recently entrepreneur. And as always, you can find sections on the play bar below if you want to skip to a certain part of the video. Your time is precious, so take what you need. And if you want to watch this on 2x, I will not be offended in the least. Okay, let's dive in. Now this video is a part of our 3-part series, and in this one we're going to talk about going from 5K a month to 10K a month. It is the 3rd and final part. So yes, if you're just getting started as a freelancer, if you are not at 5K a month yet, these lessons in this video should not be your focus. Go watch one of the earlier parts of this video and focus on those things instead. Going from 5K to 10K is the advanced stage, right? And if you're following along my chicken analogy, yes, you are no longer a baby chick. You're no longer even a chick. You've graduated into a full chicken now, and it's time to play smart, get super strategic as you're making serious bank now. So our goals in this stage are to manage our time and energy, become the best of the best, find focus, and create vision, essentially stepping into a CEO's shoes. So let's dive into how to achieve all of these goals. First up, you really have to focus on managing your time and energy in this stage because those will be your scarcest resources. So how do we do that? Here are 4 lessons to do that. So one of the biggest things that I realized when I wanted to scale past 5K a month is you have to detach your income from your time sat physically at your laptop. This is something that I wasn't really taught. Because I was taught to climb a corporate ladder where we clock in 40 hours and get paid for 40 hours of your time a week. But if you want to scale past certain amounts, your money cannot be tied to your time. There is a cap on how much time you have in your life. It's a finite resource. So it's really hard to get up to 10K using time. So yes, you can charge $100 an hour and get to 10K a month, but it's just easier if you work towards detachment of your time from your money. Some ways you can do that are by attaching your pricing to the value instead. So begin charging based on the value or impact you have on a client's business. And if you do not know how much value or impact you drive to a client's business, chances are you are not at 5K a month yet. If you are earning 5K a month, you know what is working and you know roughly what impact you have. And you probably have some results to show for it. So for me, if I know that a launch I managed as a digital business manager generated 100K for the business, then I know my value and impact is quite high and I can attach pricing to the ROI that I bring to the client's business. You can also attach your pricing to project deliverables. So I have a video on how to transition clients from hourly to project-based that I'll link below that may help. But essentially you want to be paid for completing projects and tasks, not for how long it took you to complete them. So for example, as a freelance DBM, I would charge clients for delivering a launch package, which includes a launch strategy and a launch plan. So that's what they're paying for. They're not paying for my time making those things. They're paying for the actual things I'm delivering, the deliverables. This is super important because you are getting better and better at what you do. And when you charge based on time, your clients are the ones benefiting from you getting faster at your job. When you charge based on project delivery, you benefit from getting faster at your job. So please reap those rewards yourself. You can, of course, also begin outsourcing and potentially building an agency model. That is another path that some freelancers end up taking, where you begin leveraging other people's time instead of your own. So again, you're detaching your time from your income. So one huge way I got to 10K a month was I signed a content production project that didn't require much of my time at all. I just found, hired, and managed the people and the project, which I knew how to do with my experience as a DBM. And the client also told me, I don't care how it gets done. I don't care who you hire. I just want it done well and done according to my timeline. And I know you will make sure that it does that, which I did. You guys know I am a systems fiend. I think everything in life should be systematized. At this stage of your freelance career, you need to create, use, and love systems. If you do not focus on systems as you scale, you will cry. Promise. Every inefficiency in your business, everything that feels chaotic, every process that you have, everything that's confusing, you need to try to find a way to systematize it. So some examples of things I did. I created templates for things that I regularly do for clients, like monthly reporting or invoicing or doing audits. I created automatic onboarding and offboarding flows for clients. I've got a video on how to do that with Dipsato that I'll link below as well. So systems make your life easier. And if you do want to outsource and begin growing a team eventually, you need systems to be able to do so. And also, organized processes and systems are what clients at this stage will expect from you, because you're no longer charging bottom dollar or working with low-level clients. You need to be streamlined and organized on your end above all else. Otherwise, chaos will 1000% ensue. Money mindset is one of the biggest blockers I've seen when it comes to people not getting paid what they want to be paid. So you have to work on your money mindset. You probably are undercharging and need to bring your rates up. This is the easiest way to scale your income, honestly, especially if your clients love you and you drive a lot of impact for them. And of course, I've got detailed videos on how to raise your rates that take you step by step through it that I'll link if you need help with this. And in line with lesson number 1, you may also want to explore other income structures with your clients to detach your income from your time further, right? You may want to consider a commission component or a profit share of some kind with your clients. So for example, 2% of the profit of the upcoming launch, or 10% of the profit you can generate off of an advertising campaign that you run for the client. So those are some things to start thinking about at this stage as well. This also brings me to talk about premium clients, because in these stages of your freelance journey, you need to be looking for bigger fish. Do not try to collect $30, $400 a month clients. Try to collect $2 to $3, $4K a month clients. So I get this question a lot. Where are the premium clients? The premium clients tend to be in premium paywalled places like masterminds, paid memberships, at paid events. That's where you will want to be and want to set yourself up as an authority figure to be that go-to for whatever service it is that you offer. So be strategic about which ones you join. Do research about the members in it. Do research about what income level they tend to be at, what industries, what product or services they offer. And super important, do not lead with promotion. Lead with relationship building and giving value to them. It will pave the way for the right people to ask how to work with you. I promise it is a much better strategy than going into these memberships and communities and immediately promoting yourself right away. All right, next up, don't think it's possible to scale sustainably to 10K a month if you aren't really good at what you do. So let's talk about this goal next. How do you become really, really good at what it is that you do? Now, this is a really important thing if you want to make more money. Too many beginner freelancers only focus on themselves and what they get out of the exchange with the client. If you want to make more money, you need to obsess on how the client can benefit more and more from the exchange with you. How can you provide more value to them? How can you help them save time, save energy, make more money? Some examples of what I did to provide more value as a freelance DBM. I brought a ton of ideas to my clients for new things we can try, products to create, ways to better our customers or clients' lives. One of my ideas for one of my clients was to create a celebration around the customers landing their first clients and having them fill out a form to get a laptop sticker shipped to them in that celebration. And in that form, we asked them to tell us about landing their first client and if we can use that information as a testimonial. And that idea generated hundreds of testimonials that we then put everywhere to sell her course. I also took initiative to take things off my clients' plates constantly, right? Your clients are busy. They are stressed. Their energy is low and depleting. So how can you make their lives easier? What can you offer to help with that you know that they struggle with? And if you do not know, ask. What can I take off your plate? Is there anything else I can help with? Those are music to a stressed out client's ears. This is also a great way to promote yourself and get more responsibilities, by the way. I also look for inefficiencies in the business and look to plug those holes. So I made automations for things that didn't need to be done manually. I created Airtable systems for things that felt chaotic and confusing for everyone on the team. So be proactive. You know your clients' business well. How can you make things easier, better, smoother? How can your client make more money? What are they missing? You have a third-person perspective on the matter, so look for opportunities for them and really, really have their back. When you are at this level, you really need to be an expert in your client. You need to be clear on their hopes, their dreams, their secret desires, their late night worries, their deepest, darkest secrets, their aching frustrations. Because to be truly valuable to a client, you need to get them. It's just like when you run a business that is B2C, you need to know the customer like the back of your hand, inside and out, to be able to speak to them in a way that resonates with them. right? Nobody's going to buy from somebody that doesn't get them and doesn't get where they are and what they're struggling with and what they ultimately want out of their life. People only want to buy from people that they feel get what the issue is, right? So to get to know your clients properly, it requires empathy, it requires asking questions and listening, it requires asking for feedback every step of the way. So if you do not know your clients like they are your best friends since the 5th grade, get to know them. Go on 10 calls with potential clients, figure out what they struggle with so that your messaging can be accurate to the point where they think, OMG, Dea really gets it and trusts you with their hard-earned money. With my largest client as a freelancer, actually, I knew her so well that I knew what she needed when. I knew ideas that she would like and ideas she wouldn't before she even said anything. And of course, this goes beyond just helping you close more clients, because when you know your clients or potential clients better, you do end up closing more sales. But it goes beyond that, because business is about relationships. And I know this is very macaroni cheesy, but it's true. So if you invest in those relationships will invest in you. Put that on a bumper sticker. And now that you are in this stage and stepping into a CEO role, it is a non-negotiable to invest in the right things for your business. And I don't think I would have been able to scale so fast or so much if I hadn't been continuously just devouring information and resources. This helps you become better faster, it helps you deliver more value, it helps you manage your time and energy, and it's what a business owner does to stay truly competitive. Here's some things I invested in during this stage. Courses and trainings, anything that helped me be better and deliver more value to clients was my first priority, because nobody can take that skill set that you learn away from you. You are your biggest asset, exactly. So build yourself into the ultimate freelancing machine. Purchase all the add-ons, all the upgrades, so you can charge top dollar and can offer more and better than tons of people out there. You can also invest in outsourcing, maybe hire an assistant, potentially a team if you're going down an agency route. This is a great way to detach your time from your income if you do it correctly. You can also invest in relationship building, which I highly recommend, by joining high-paid communities. I joined masterminds, paid communities. I attended paid events and retreats at this stage where I was able to network with other business owners that needed my services. You can set aside a budget for reinvesting in your business, like 20% of profits a month go into reinvesting into things of your choice. All right, so now we're gonna move on to goal number 3, which is all about focus and vision. Without it, yeah, you guessed it, chaos. So how do we find focus and create vision? First up is we have to prune and simplify. I am a huge advocate for simplification because I think people are really good at making things super hyper complicated. And your job as you scale as a freelancer is to simplify and prune. It is to pull back, because it's very easy for things to get complicated as a freelancer. We're taught to say yes to everything in the beginning, which is good for the beginning, but not good for maintaining and scaling. As we begin scaling, we need to learn to say no. So you have to find that focus, remove everything else that's a distraction, and put your blinders on. You need the right clients, the right services, the right messaging. And the 80-20 rule totally applies here, right? You might notice that 80% of your income comes from 20% of your clients, or 20% of your clients account for 80% of your headaches and mental energy drain. So that is not what we want. We want to focus on the highest return clients, the highest return services, the highest passion services and clients as well, because that's very important to sustainability. So the amount of money someone pays us should be more or less equal to the amount of headache and the time that they take up. A $200 a month client is not worth the 2 hours you spend every single day worrying about their stuff. So simplify. What is taking up too much energy? What is making the most money? What seems to be working really well? What are clients really loving? Cut back on clients, cut back on types of tasks or services you offer, and get crystal clear about what you do and who you do it for. And I'll be super honest, this lesson was very hard for me to learn because I really didn't want to let go of some of these clients that I really loved, but were just not paying me what I needed at that stage for my business. And it was really hard to let them go, but I promise once you have that gut feeling of like, I feel like this client is not worth the hassle or not worth it at this stage to keep, then, trust that gut feeling. Because once I let those go, that was really when I was able to scale with the right clients, the clients that were like, I need you for more time. I need you to do more things for me. I'll pay you whatever you want. Those are the clients that you want to really clear your schedule for, because they will give you the biggest return for your time. And very importantly, at this stage, you're really stepping into a CEO role, and that comes with its own set of mindset hurdles. You will really have to check yourself. Otherwise, I promise you will wreck yourself. Some of the biggest things I've had to learn to do as a CEO are create big vision and strategy. So you need to be the one to steer the ship. Where is this going? What is the point of all of this? Why do you do what you do? What kind of lifestyle do you want to create for yourself? What is the 1-year vision or the 3-year vision? And what is enough in terms of how much money you want to make? You have to know the answers to those questions. Otherwise, you will eventually get to a place where you feel really, really stuck and unclear about what the next steps might be. Another thing is learning to do what's right for the business, which is sometimes not what I personally might like or find comfortable doing, such as breaking up with the wrong clients, raising rates because the business needs it, letting a team member go because they're not the right fit or they're just not delivering what they said they would. And if you have people-pleasing tendencies, if you are a perfectionist, if you have a strong fear of failure or of success, all of these things will come up and fight you for your business. You have to become aware of them in order to address them. Really, really work on yourself. That is the biggest lesson I give to anybody who wants to start a business, is you have to start with you. Another big lesson is to maintain super firm boundaries. Very important. I talk about boundaries a lot because I've learned the hard way too many times, like obnoxiously too many times, and they're super important as you scale as a freelancer. If you don't have protections in place, things unravel very, very quickly. You have to manage your time and energy. Otherwise, your clients will manage them for you, and you do not want to give the reins to them to do that. So creating boundaries, I've got a video on the 4 types of boundaries you should absolutely have, and maintaining boundaries, I've got a video on what to say when a client stomps all over your boundaries and you have to stay strong. Go watch those videos if you don't have your boundaries in check. And alongside that, this is important as well when and if you begin hiring, because you need to protect your boundaries with clients to be able to protect your team. You are the protector of your team as the CEO, so if you slack on this, you will let your team down, and we don't want to be doing that. And of course, as the CEO, you need to know your money. You need to know your finances. Someone has got to have your finances and money in check at this stage. You, and preferably an accountant or bookkeeper or fractional CFO of some kind, you need to be clear on how much money you're making and spending, what is saved up, and it is a good idea definitely to look into setting up potentially a legal entity if that suits the future of your business. And last, but definitely not least, this is the most important, the toughest lesson to learn as a CEO is that you have to protect yourself above all else, because you are the biggest asset in your business, sometimes the only asset. You need to protect yourself like the valuable asset that you are. You need to build in whatever you need to make this whole thing sustainable, whether that is taking certain times of the year off, working 6 hours instead of 8 hours a day, working on things that you're truly passionate about, working with people you like, reinforcing boundaries, letting vampire clients go. Whatever you need to do your best work and feel good about what's going on, give it to yourself. Do not be stingy. Do not be cheap when it comes to taking care of you. That is not going to work long term. Okay, I hope this 3-part series was helpful. Let me know if you have any takeaways or questions from any of these videos below. I love chatting with you guys in the comments, and if you want to hit subscribe, I would love that. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye!